Hey guys, what's up? So, I'm making this lesson understanding and looking at the questions of mains paper number 3. As expected, the questions were of very dynamic and contemporary in nature. This lesson is made by me, Ayush Sanghi. Let's see the first questions of third paper mains. Before the question, I'll give a disclaimer that this is on the basis of my own opinion. The views provided in the answer below are on the basis of my personal opinion, my personal knowledge. If aspirants can take their own stand, which may be different from the following, you can. So, it is not necessary that my answer would appeal you, but this is the best possible answer which is truest to my knowledge. The question that was asked was the nature of economic growth in India in recent times is often described as jobless growth. Jobless growth. So I've broken the question in three parts. The first part being jobless growth, and this is a statement, a sweeping statement as given by the UPSC. The second part of the question says, do you agree with this view? This part is asking for your own personal view on the agreement. And the third is give arguments in favor of your answer. So, whatever stand you take, whether yes or no, you have to give arguments and support your answer. This is a threefold question which should be followed with a threefold approach: introduction, body, and conclusion. So, I have listed a very comprehensive answer. Let's see about how should this question be answered? Firstly, define what jobless growth is. What is jobless growth? So, the definition of jobless growth is, and it is very understandably from the name itself, that growth is happening, which means national income is growing in terms of GDP. It means that the economy is growing, but unemployment is rising similarly and on the same matter. In a jobless growth economy, unemployment remains stubbornly high even as the economy grows. So, economy which is growing from a very low strata to a high strata, but in the growth of the economy, employment is not growing. Hence, the unemployment rises as with the growth of the economy over the years, the population increases, but employment does not increase. So we say that the unemployment is increasing. This tends to happen when a relatively large number of people have lost their jobs and ensuing recovery of economy is insufficient to absorb the unemployed. So people who have lost their jobs and their recovery of jobs is not at the same rate, it is not directly proportional. It is either they are underemployed or they are new members are entering the workforce, some or the other problem. In Indian context, the problems are all three. Either they are unemployed or they are underemployed or they are new members entering the workforce, looking at India being the second largest populated country of the entire world. So this is the definition of jobless growth. If you had time, you could have given this definition. Jobless growth in Indian context means that it can be said that Indian economy works paradoxically. Paradox means opposite. India's remarkable economic growth rate of 8.7%, close to 9% in some years per annum between 2004-5 and 9-10, which means for 5 long years it ranged between at the rate of 9% per annum. But negligible impact on job generation. Biggest problem, negligible impact. The above statement is true, the statement that has been given, due to the following statistics. There are certain statistics to support the statement. Let's see. The share of agriculture and employment reduced from 57 to 53%, with 15 million workers migrating to towns or cities for work. So, agricultural workers think that they can get employment in cities, in manufacturing, etc. But manufacturing gave 5 million jobs only, while service employed only 3.5 million workers during this period. Hence, manufacturing and services sectors failed to absorb them fully. Most of these migrants join the informal sector or the unorganized sector in which they don't get proper employment. This is improper employment, which is why we do not consider this as employment. 40%, the other problem is 40% of the graduating students, especially from engineering colleges, and most of you might relate to this, in the country run the risk of being unemployed. This is very true. Between 2005 and 10, only 1 million jobs were created for 60 million new entrants to the labor market. So 60 million is the new labor force, but jobs generated only 1 million. So look at the gap. This is the biggest gap which was to be addressed in the question. So what are the reasons? First being technology infusion and services proliferation. Technology has been greatly infused, which is why the manpower intrusion has stopped and services have proliferated. manufacturing has taken a backseat. Service proliferation means manufacturing taken a backseat. So the problem is that majority of the economy growth is based on service and manufacturing, which has started using technology and machinery against the human labor. Thus, working process is getting more automated. Most of the problem is that it is getting automated and humans are taking a backseat. This is the first biggest problem. Because of induction in technology, people who were earlier hired are not being hired. Second is liberalization. Second problem, liberalization. Economy is getting liberal and globalized, which results into outsourcing of business. So we outsource our defense to Russia. Russia manufactures our defense equipments and sends it back, or production in a different country. So employment is created in Russia and not in our country. We are getting defense equipments, they are being used for fighting wars, and we are growing economically, but we are not adding employment. So growth of outsourcing country, but not in its job creation. Economic growth is happening, but job is not being created. Second reason. Third reason is lack of skill. As we had earlier stated that people are being added in the informal sector or the unorganized sector, Indian job seeker lacks the requisite skills. He doesn't have the skill set and specialization, thus he is unable to meet the essential requirement in job at both international and national market. Multi-fold growth in organized businesses which requires lesser labor has grown more than the MSMEs. Biggest problem. Organized business are more, but skill is not with the people, which is why these people are not hired. Hence, more unemployment. But because organized businesses have increased, it is adding to the economic growth of this country. So these are the three primary reasons why this paradox is taking place, that growth is being added but employment is not being added. Now, what is the government doing to resolve the above problem? Solution to jobless growth lies in policy initiatives by the government to promote manufacturing and service sector. As I had earlier stated, the years, which is from 2004-5 to 9-10, was the earlier government that had not taken many initiatives. Uh, but the lack of earlier government is being overcome by the new government. Manufacturing and services must become the engine of employment growth. And it has been specifically stated that, and it has been realized by the government by conceptualizing something like Make in India campaign. So this is bothering about the manufacturing sector, which would employ more people. Skill India campaign, very, very important. Vocational education, which is being added by the government of India's initiative. Labor law reforms, in order to reform the labor, we have to reform the laws. So Minimum Wages Act, Employment of Labor Act, etc. All these labor laws have been reformed. And Mudra Bank, this has been conceptualized for the informal sector or the unorganized sector. I'll make another lesson only on Mudra Bank. So Mudra Bank is Micro Units Development Refinance Agency, which only funds the MSME sector, micro, small and medium enterprise sector, which is the informal sector. So informal sector को formal बनाने के लिए मुद्रा बैंक की funding वहाँ पे मिलती है. The Indian government has sown the seeds of change through all these initiatives. But where is Indian government lacking? What more has to be done? Let's see. But most steps like focusing on agriculture, provision of infrastructure, promotion of export-oriented industries that are manpower intensive, very, very important. Cotton industry. If we export cotton from our country, it is mostly a manpower intensive industry. It should be more promoted, which means export duty should be waived off so that our goods become competitive abroad. Hence, we have to promote such kind of industry. Reforms in education sector. People have to be educated in order to be employed. Hence, education has to be provided. Right to education is a big failure, hence it should be overcome. MGNREGA is also not functioning very well in most of the states, so even it has to function well. So all these factors have to be worked upon. Government had taken initiatives by Make in India, etc. So government would take more initiatives on these fronts. The experience of developed countries have demonstrated that the growth of smaller businesses can drive employment generation. And similarly, India has created a specific bank by the name of Mudra Bank for smaller businesses, that is the MSME sector. So it can drive employment generation and it can get India back on track. So this is the first question. Please let us know if you want us to make more lessons on the analysis of mains paper number 3. Spread the word of this education revolution, Unacademy CA. This solution was provided by me, Ayush Sanghi.